So in this post, I want to talk about language and how you can weave language just kind of throughout your summer rhythms, just no matter what you're doing. So I intentionally didn't include any like downloadable or printable language materials for you to use because the beauty about Montessori language is it is just completely based on a child's interest. So there are just so many opportunities, no matter what you're doing or where your summer takes you, for you to weave language in. This can be from naming wildflowers on hikes to having a special night where you go out and you look at constellations and you name them. Just so many real world opportunities, naming tree species, naming animals that you see, just different kind of landscapes that's in your area. And there's just so many opportunities. Water snakes, insects, anything your child is into that you come across during your any outings that you go to, or just as you're living your life over the summer. So one of my favorite ways to incorporate language into what we're doing at home is by making those connections. So if you are out hiking and you come across wildflowers and your children are just completely enamored in those wildflowers, maybe you want to go and find some printable wildflower cards. There are a million wonderful places online that you can go and print them out for free, or you can purchase them and print them. So I have some wildflower cards. So if my kid's really interested in wildflowers, I might put out some flower cards and we might do some vocabulary building with them. I might print out the 3-part cards, which is the card, the little, the label, and then the full card as the control. I might print these out for vocabulary development, no matter their age. If they're into writing, they can write the names of the flowers. They can make a book and illustrate pictures and just get all that writing development, all of that vocabulary development. And then what's going to be great is since the summer just kind of takes you out, you might come across a flower that you've been studying. And it's going to make both of those experiences so just even more rich. So there are lots of great places to find cards and just some like there's one of the full cards. When you do 3-part cards, the full card will have that. These are leaf shapes, which is really cool. I have some reptile cards that I just grabbed. I grabbed them from my classroom, but I found these online and printed them, and they're just different reptiles. Some of them we might come across, but some of them not. But definitely, like we see snakes all the time when we're hiking, and it's been really cool to kind of like identify, like go back later and research and identify their patterns, and then they can draw that, they can write about that, they can do creative writing about that, they can read about that. If you want to be really industrious, you can make little phonetic books based on what you're seeing. If you have a child who is really interested and you want to continue some reading practice through the summer, you can make your own little very simple books. You can make your own little slips with just pencil and paper. So there are just so many places. There's so many places that you can go with language over the summer. And you don't have to have Montessori specific materials for language. I picked these playing cards. It's a deck of playing cards. I actually laminated them because I like to laminate things. But it's a deck of playing cards, and it has trees from the southeast United States. So it's got the picture, it's got the name. It's a really great. My daughter made, I had these up on the shelf, and she made a little book of trees, and it's really cool to kind of go through and make those connections between like the trees in this card and like trees that we see out. And then that kind of elevates both of those experiences for her. So when you're out, if you, this is a weird summer, so like gift shops and things like that aren't open a lot, but if you go to a visitor center grabbing like state park maps and little field guides for your area or wherever places that you're visiting, those are all great things to kind of keep handy. It's also nice for you as an adult to kind of have a reference for more language to give them. One tool that we use almost every time we hike, it's an app by iNaturalist. It's called Seek. So we will find something like some kind of plant, and we've already kind of put in our location to where we're at, and we take a picture of it, and it has this huge database, and it just pops it up and identifies it. And that has been really fun for my kids. So we've been able to that's my dog Murray. He was in a lot of videos. He was in a lot of the videos for my classroom this year with remote learning. So that's Murray. But yeah, just things like that. Any kind of language that you can give them. There are just endless places that you can explore handwriting opportunities, creative writing opportunities, reading, just so many great things, like just so many great places that you can take just your language adventures as you kind of figure out where your summer takes you with your little one.